By the time Sophia Moretti realized the interpreter was not coming, 200 guests had already taken their seats at the Grand Bellamy Hotel. Sophia sat beside her brother Adrian at the main table. She was 29, elegant in a dark blue dress, and capable of understanding the room. The room simply refused to understand her. A trustee leaned towards Adrian and asked whether Sophia preferred fish or chicken, though she sat directly between them. Another guest praised her architectural work, then asked Adrian whether she still designed buildings despite her condition. Adrian answered before Sophia could reach for her phone. He was not trying to insult her. He had spent years protecting his sister from uncomfortable moments, but protection had slowly become interruption. Across the room, Lily Carter balanced a tray of water while watching. She was only a temporary banquet waitress. Her rent was overdue, and the agency had warned her not to make mistakes. Still, she could not ignore the woman being discussed like an empty chair. Before we continue, tell us which country or city you are watching from. Would you step into a powerful family's conversation or stay silent to protect your job? Lily placed water beside Sophia, then signed, "Would you like me to explain the menu, or would you prefer everyone to stop behaving as if you are invisible?" Sophia stared at her, then laughed. It was the first laugh Adrian had heard from his sister all evening. Sophia signed that Lily's grammar was terrible. Lily admitted her elderly neighbor had taught her and may have included bad signs because he enjoyed cheating at cards. Adrian watched their hands. He knew only a few signs: thank you, danger, wait, home. Not enough to understand his own sister's reply. That realization unsettled him. When he asked what had been said, Lily looked at Sophia first. Only after Sophia nodded did she explain. Everyone else had spoken for Sophia. Lily had asked permission. When the first course arrived, Lily returned with a printed menu and signed the ingredients. Sophia corrected her twice. The third time, Lily accidentally signed angry mushroom instead of grilled mushroom. Sophia laughed so hard she nearly spilled her water. Adrian noticed how naturally Lily included her. She did not praise Sophia for ordinary things or behave as though kindness required an audience. She simply communicated. During the keynote speech, the host announced plans to sell the Moretti Community Theater, a historic building funded by the Family Foundation. Sophia's expression changed. She signed urgently towards Adrian, but he did not understand. His cousin Marcus Vale claimed Sophia was merely surprised, then placed his hand over the folder in front of her. Lily saw Sophia sign one clear sentence: "I never approved this." Marcus turned to the trustees and announced that Sophia fully supported the sale. Polite applause followed. Sophia shook her head, furious, but Marcus began discussing debts before she could show Adrian her phone. Lily knew she should walk away. This was a Moretti family matter, and Adrian's name carried stories people lowered their voices to repeat. But Sophia had spent the entire evening being ignored. Lily stepped close enough for her to see and signed, "Do you want me to tell him?" Sophia answered immediately, "No. Make him ask me." Lily turned towards Adrian. "Sir, your sister is trying to answer you." The table fell silent. Adrian moved the folder away from Marcus and placed it before Sophia. For the first time that evening, he did not answer for her. He waited. Sophia crossed out the approval line and wrote beneath it, "I never agreed." Adrian's expression became cold. Marcus claimed there had been a misunderstanding. Sophia signed rapidly. Lily translated only after being asked, explaining that the meeting had been moved twice. The interpreter canceled, and pages removed from the papers Sophia received. Marcus accused Lily of mistranslating. Sophia typed the same accusation on her phone and handed it to Adrian. He read it twice, then looked at Lily with suspicion. "How long have you known my sister?" "About 12 minutes. And you noticed something my own family did not?" Lily glanced at Sophia. "I noticed, because your family was not looking at her." Before the dinner ended, Adrian ordered security to preserve every email, contract, and recording connected to the theater vote. Then he asked Lily for her full name. Lily Carter. By midnight, Lily had returned her uniform and was walking towards the bus stop, convinced she would never hear from the Moretti family again. A black car rolled to the curb beside her. The rear window lowered. Sophia sat inside, smiling. Beside her, Adrian held the unsigned theater contract. "My sister wants to thank you," he said, "and I need to know why a waitress understood her better than I did." Lily did not enter the black car immediately. She looked at Adrian, then at Sophia, and asked why the most powerful family at the charity dinner had allowed its only interpreter to disappear without arranging a replacement. Adrian's jaw tightened. He admitted that Marcus had handled the event schedule. The interpreter had supposedly canceled because of illness, but no one had confirmed the message. Sophia signed that the cancellation email had arrived only 20 minutes before dinner. Lily translated, then caught herself. She turned to Sophia and apologized for answering before being asked. Sophia smiled and signed, "You noticed. That is already rare." Adrian watched the exchange carefully. He offered Lily a ride home. This time, she accepted because the last bus had already left and rain was beginning to fall. Inside the car, Sophia asked how Lily had learned sign language. Lily explained that her former neighbor, Mr. Ellis, had been deaf. He had lived alone, loved card games, and refused to let anyone believe silence made him fragile. When Lily was 13, he taught her basic signs so she could help carry groceries and argue with him properly. Sophia asked whether he had taught her the sign for angry mushroom. Lily admitted that was probably his revenge for losing at cards. Sophia laughed. Adrian understood none of the joke until Lily explained it. He smiled faintly, but the moment clearly embarrassed him. He had protected Sophia since their parents died. He knew which doors were secure, which streets were dangerous, and which people could not be trusted. Yet he could not follow an ordinary conversation with his sister. When the car reached Lily's building, Adrian offered her money for intervening at the dinner. Lily refused. She had not performed a service. She had simply noticed someone being excluded. Adrian said her action might have prevented the sale of a property worth millions. That still does not make basic respect a paid profession. Sophia tapped Adrian's arm and signed that Lily had just rejected him more efficiently than most business rivals. Lily translated only after Adrian asked. Before she left, Sophia invited her to the foundation meeting the following afternoon. Lily hesitated. She had a shift at another hotel, and she did not want the Morettis to mistake her limited signing ability for professional interpretation. Sophia typed a message on her phone. "I do not need you to speak for me. I need one person in the room who will notice when others refuse to listen." That was different. Lily agreed to attend after her shift, but only if Adrian hired a certified interpreter too. He promised he would. The next afternoon, the Moretti Foundation board gathered inside a private conference room. This time, a professional interpreter sat beside Sophia. Lily remained near the back wall in her plain work clothes, wondering why Sophia had still insisted she come. Marcus entered carrying 3 folders and greeted Adrian as though nothing unusual had happened. He claimed the theater sale was necessary because repairs would cost more than the building was worth. Sophia signed that the theater served deaf children, immigrant families, and neighborhood arts programs. Its value could not be measured only through property prices. The interpreter translated perfectly. Several board members looked uncomfortable. For the first time, they could not pretend Sophia had said something else. Marcus presented financial reports showing years of losses. Lily watched Sophia study the pages. Something in the figures made her pause. She signed a question about renovation expenses, listed twice under different company names. Marcus answered before the interpreter finished. He claimed the entries covered separate repairs. Sophia asked for invoices. Marcus said they were unavailable. Adrian's attention sharpened. Lily did not understand accounting deeply, but she had spent years watching hotel supervisors manipulate event bills. Duplicate charges often looked harmless until someone compared dates. She quietly pointed to 2 payments made on the same day for the same roof repair. Sophia noticed another, then another. Marcus accused Lily of interfering in matters beyond her education. Lily replied that numbers did not care what uniform she wore. Adrian almost smiled. The board postponed the sale and ordered an independent audit. Marcus left the room without looking at Lily. Sophia waited until he was gone before thanking her. Lily reminded her that she had found the duplicate charges herself. Sophia signed, "You helped me get enough time to look." That distinction mattered. After the meeting, Adrian invited Lily to coffee in the foundation kitchen. He attempted to sign, "Thank you." Instead, he signed something closer to, "Your chicken is brave." Sophia laughed so hard she had to sit down. Lily corrected his fingers and told him he needed practice. Adrian asked whether she would teach him. She studied him for a moment. "Not to impress me, to understand my sister," Lily agreed. Their first lesson began with 5 signs: please, wait, explain, choose, and sorry. Adrian struggled most with sorry. Sophia suggested that was not a language problem. For the next hour, the feared Mafia boss repeated simple hand movements while Lily corrected him without fear, and Sophia watched with quiet satisfaction. By the end, Adrian could finally ask his sister one complete question. "What do you want?" Sophia's expression softened. She signed that she wanted the theater saved, the missing money found, and her place on the board respected. Then she added one more request. She wanted Lily to visit the theater with her the next morning. Marcus had claimed the building was nearly empty. Sophia believed someone had deliberately hidden how many people still depended on it, and before they could protect the theater, they needed to discover what was happening inside. The Moretti Community Theater looked abandoned from the street. Its old stone entrance was cracked. 2 posters hung crookedly behind the glass, and only one light glowed inside. Marcus had described it as an empty building draining the foundation's money. But when Lily opened the side door, music reached them from below. Sophia smiled. She had known something was wrong. They followed the sound into the basement, where 20 deaf children were rehearsing a play through movement, lights, and sign language. In another room, immigrant parents attended an evening language class, while volunteers prepared food near the back wall. The theater was not empty. It was hiding. A woman named Rachel, who managed the programs, explained that Marcus had reduced their funding and removed the theater from the foundation website. Volunteers had continued quietly because families still depended on the space. Sophia asked why nobody had contacted her directly. Rachel looked embarrassed. Every email addressed to Sophia had received replies from Marcus's office, saying she approved the cuts. Sophia's expression hardened. Someone had not only ignored her voice, they had been using it. Lily stayed beside her but did not translate. A certified interpreter had joined them, and Sophia deserved to speak through someone trained for the role. That did not make Lily unnecessary. When the children noticed her signing, they surrounded her with questions. One boy asked whether she was Sophia's assistant. Lily signed that Sophia appeared capable of assisting herself. Sophia laughed and corrected Lily's grammar again. Adrian arrived 20 minutes later. He had expected an empty building and found nearly 60 people using it. He watched Sophia move through the rooms, asking staff about repairs and programs. She was not confused, emotional, or dependent. She was leading. When Adrian tried to question Rachel himself, Lily touched his sleeve and pointed toward Sophia. He stopped. Then he used one of the signs Lily had taught him. "Explain." Sophia answered slowly, so he could follow part of it. The interpreter translated the rest. Marcus had hidden attendance figures, redirected donations, and answered Sophia's emails without permission. Adrian's face became cold. But instead of ordering everyone out and turning the theater into a crime scene, he asked Sophia what she wanted done first. She signed that the children should finish rehearsal. The investigation could wait 1 hour. Adrian agreed. That small decision meant more to Sophia than he realized. For years, he had treated urgency as authority. Now he was learning that protection could begin by asking what mattered to the person being protected. During rehearsal, Lily sat beside Sophia near the front row. Sophia admitted that people often praised her designs, but rarely invited her into important conversations. They saw her deafness before they saw her skill. Lily told her that people did something similar with uniforms. When she wore black and carried a tray, guests often spoke around her as if she were part of the furniture. Sophia signed, "Then perhaps we should become very inconvenient furniture." Lily laughed. Their friendship no longer felt connected only to one dinner or one contract. It felt easy. Would you expose Marcus immediately, or quietly gather every piece of proof first? Tell us honestly which choice you would make. After the rehearsal, Sophia showed Adrian plans she had drawn years earlier for restoring the theater. The designs included visual emergency alarms, wider exits, and a performance system for deaf and hearing audiences together. Adrian studied every page. He asked why she had never shown him. Sophia signed that she had tried. He had been too busy answering for her. Adrian lowered his eyes. This time, he signed the word Lily had taught him the night before. Sorry. His fingers were imperfect, but Sophia understood. She placed her hand over his. Lily looked away, giving them privacy. Outside the theater, Adrian thanked her for bringing Sophia there. Lily reminded him that Sophia had brought them both. He accepted the correction. Then he asked if Lily would continue teaching him sign language. She agreed, but warned that Sophia should choose the vocabulary. Adrian looked towards his sister, who immediately signed 3 words: stop, interrupting, me. Lily translated while trying not to laugh. Adrian replied that the lesson had become suspiciously personal. For the first time, Sophia signed directly to him, and he understood enough to answer without help. The moment was small. It changed everything. That evening, Adrian drove Lily home. Only one security car followed at a distance. He asked about her temporary hotel work and learned that her shifts changed every week. Lily wanted stability, but she had refused several office jobs because they required her to stop helping Mr. Ellis at his community center. Adrian did not offer money. He asked what she wanted. Lily said she wanted work where being useful did not mean becoming invisible. Adrian looked at her differently after that, not as the waitress who had helped his sister, as someone who understood the same kind of silence. Before Lily left the car, Adrian handed her a copy of the theater audit. He had noticed a series of payments to a company named Veil Accessibility Services. The company had charged the foundation for interpreters, visual alarms, and building repairs. None of those services had ever reached the theater. The total was more than $2 million. At the bottom of every payment request was Sophia's electronic approval. But Sophia had never seen a single document. Someone had copied her signature, and Marcus had used her deafness to make certain nobody asked her whether it was real. The audit confirmed that more than $2 million had been taken from the theater over 4 years. Marcus had created fake invoices for interpreters who were never hired, emergency systems that were never installed, and repairs that existed only on paper. Every payment carried Sophia's electronic approval. Adrian wanted Marcus arrested before sunrise. Sophia refused. She had spent years watching men make decisions around her and call it protection. She would not let Adrian decide how her own stolen name should be defended. She wanted Marcus confronted at the Foundation's annual public meeting, where every trustee, donor, and community leader would be present. Adrian argued that Marcus might destroy evidence or disappear. Sophia signed slowly enough for him to understand most of her words without the interpreter. Then watch him. Do not silence me to stop him. Adrian looked towards Lily. Lily did not take his side. She reminded him that Sophia was not asking to face danger alone. She was asking to lead the response. That difference mattered. Adrian finally agreed, but only after Sophia allowed discreet security inside the venue. Their compromise was imperfect. It was still progress. During the following week, Lily continued teaching Adrian sign language in the theater lobby after her hotel shifts. He learned quickly when he stopped trying to control every lesson. Sophia chose the vocabulary: evidence, trust, decision, lie, and family. Lily occasionally added less serious signs. One evening, she taught him how to sign terrible coffee. Adrian realized too late that she had used it every time he brought drinks. Sophia laughed so hard she nearly dropped the audit folder. Those quiet evenings changed something between Lily and Adrian. He stopped looking at her as someone who had entered his world accidentally. He began asking about her life. Lily told him that Mr. Ellis had died the previous winter. Since then, she had continued helping at his community center because abandoning the place felt like losing him twice. Adrian asked whether that was why she accepted temporary hotel shifts instead of stable work. Lily nodded. The flexible schedule allowed her to help at the center, but it also meant she never knew how much she would earn each week. Adrian did not offer money. He asked whether the theater could employ someone to coordinate its community programs and financial records. Lily immediately became cautious. Is that a job or a reward? A job, Sophia suggested it. Across the lobby, Sophia signed that Lily's bookkeeping experience, hotel work, and connection with deaf residents made her qualified. Lily asked whether other candidates would be interviewed. Sophia agreed. Only then did Lily submit an application. Adrian watched her with a mixture of admiration and frustration. She made accepting help look more difficult than refusing it. Would you accept a job offered by powerful friends if you were qualified, or avoid it because others might think it was favoritism? Tell us what you would do. On the night of the public meeting, the theater was full. Families sat beside foundation donors. Deaf children from the rehearsal group occupied the front row. 2 certified interpreters stood beneath the stage lights, while captions appeared on a large screen. For the first time, The room had been prepared so Sophia could participate without depending on anyone's convenience. Marcus arrived smiling. He had not yet realized the audit was complete. During his presentation, he praised the foundation's commitment to accessibility and claimed the theater had become financially impossible to maintain. Then Sophia walked onto the stage. Marcus tried to continue speaking. Adrian raised one hand. The room became silent. Sophia presented the real attendance records, emails redirected from her account, and photographs showing that the theater's accessibility systems had never been installed. The interpreter translated every word. Marcus claimed that administrative mistakes had been made by junior employees. Sophia displayed the company registration for Vail Accessibility Services. Marcus's son owned 40%. The remaining shares belonged to Marcus through a hidden trust. Whispers spread through the audience. Marcus stopped smiling. He accused Sophia of misunderstanding the financial documents. Lily stood near the side wall and felt anger rise, but she did not interrupt. Sophia needed no rescue. She asked Marcus one simple question. If she had approved the payments, could he produce a single video call, signed paper, or meeting record where she had discussed them? Marcus had nothing. Adrian stepped forward only when Sophia looked at him. He confirmed that security had recovered computer logs proving Marcus's assistant entered Sophia's account during every approval. Marcus turned towards Lily. He claimed she had manipulated Sophia, invented the theater's importance, and entered the Moretti family for personal gain. Lily remained silent. Sophia answered. She told the room that Lily had never spoken in her place. She had done something far more dangerous to Marcus. She had waited for Sophia to speak for herself. The audience rose in applause. Marcus moved towards the exit, but security blocked the doors. Then one of the foundation attorneys approached Adrian with a sealed envelope. Inside was a second contract. Marcus had not only stolen from the theater, he had secretly arranged to sell the land to a private developer the following morning. If the court did not freeze the agreement before 9 o'clock, the theater would legally change hands. The meeting had exposed Marcus. But they had less than 12 hours to save the building. The sealed contract gave them less than 12 hours. Marcus had arranged the sale through a shell company and scheduled the transfer for 9 the next morning, assuming the foundation would still believe Sophia had approved it. This time, nobody answered for her. Sophia asked the attorney what could stop the sale. He explained that they needed proof of forged consent and an emergency court order before the transfer became final. Adrian reached for his phone, ready to use every connection he had. Sophia stopped him. She wanted no threats or private pressure. Marcus had used hidden power against her. She would defeat him in the open. For the next 6 hours, the theater became a working office. Lily organized invoices, while Sophia compared them with her records. Adrian's security team recovered login data showing Marcus's assistant had entered Sophia's account while she was attending events elsewhere. The strongest evidence came from Noah, a deaf teenager who had filmed a rehearsal months earlier. Marcus appeared in the background instructing an assistant to approve payments through Sophia's account before she started asking questions. Noah had never known the recording mattered. Now it could save the theater. At 7 in the morning, Sophia entered the courthouse with Adrian beside her. Reporters crowded the entrance, but Sophia gave the statement herself. She explained that the case was not only about stolen money. Marcus had treated deafness as permission to erase consent and manufacture agreement. Inside, Marcus's lawyer claimed Sophia had misunderstood the documents. Sophia presented the redirected emails, false invoices, computer logs, and Noah's video. Then she asked one question. If Marcus believed she had approved everything, why had every important meeting been arranged without an interpreter? The judge froze the sale and referred the forged approvals for criminal investigation. The theater still belonged to the foundation. Marcus was removed from the board before noon. He was not dragged away in a dramatic scene. He simply lost the influence he had built by assuming silence meant weakness. Outside the courthouse, Adrian asked Sophia what she wanted to do first. She signed, "Go back to work." For once, he understood without help. 3 months later, the Moretti Community Theater reopened. Visual alarms flashed throughout the building. Captions appeared above the stage, and interpreters were scheduled for every major program. Sophia became chair of the foundation board. The room now waited for her answer. Lily earned the position of community programs and accounts coordinator after an open interview process. Her office contained a desk, a chair, and a photograph of Mr. Ellis cheating at cards. Adrian continued his sign language lessons. One evening, he tried to sign that Lily looked beautiful. Instead, he told her she resembled an elegant refrigerator. Sophia laughed so hard she had to sit down. Adrian blamed Lily's teaching. Lily explained that the refrigerator was entirely his own achievement. Their relationship grew through ordinary moments rather than expensive gifts. Adrian brought coffee, asked before helping, and stopped treating every problem as something he had to solve alone. Lily learned that beneath his controlled manner was a man who had confused fear with responsibility. He learned that her independence was not rejection. It was the part of her that had survived being overlooked. On reopening night, Sophia's designs were displayed in the lobby. The first performance was created by deaf and hearing children together. As the audience applauded, Sophia reminded Lily that everything had changed because one waitress noticed a conversation nobody else tried to understand. Lily corrected her. "It changed because you refused to let them decide what you meant." Sophia smiled and signed that both answers could be true. After the audience left, Adrian found Lily near the stage. He signed carefully, without an interpreter. "May I take you to dinner?" Lily asked whether 12 security cars would be waiting. He signed, 1. She looked through the doors. There was only one car. Lily agreed, but said she would choose the restaurant. From the balcony, Sophia added one final instruction. Ask her what she wants to eat before ordering. Adrian looked at Lily and did exactly that. The feared Mafia boss had once answered every question for his sister. Now he waited for the women he loved to answer for themselves. And Lily, who had spent years being treated like part of the furniture, finally stood in a place where everyone understood that being quiet and being voiceless were never the same thing. Tell us your country or city and how Sophia's journey made you feel. Would you trust Adrian after seeing him change, or make him prove that respect every day?